What you are about to hear is no less than unbelievable. A miraculous story that shattered world records, leaving doctors dumbfounded. Could you have imagined this well? A woman giving birth to not one, not two, but 17 babies at one birth. What happened afterward will send a shock down your spine and leave you in awe. Twins will bring double happiness and double the challenges to your life. Though it is a blessing to carry 2 babies, it comes with more health concerns and complications during the pregnancy period. Extra caution is needed while carrying twins. A twin pregnancy requires more folic acid supplementation since it can lower the chances of birth defects. Unexpected events that defy explanation are called miracles. They leave people in awe and wonder. The latest miracle involves a woman who delivered 17 pairs of twins. Maria worked as a talented chef in a local bistro, specializing in authentic pasta dishes. Her culinary skills were exceptional. During service one evening, a guest complimented her, saying, "I return weekly for your amazing pasta. Your cooking is truly extraordinary." She replied with civility, "Have your meal. I am pleased." Obviously, this guest had a liking for Maria. He struck a conversation with her and proposed, "Let us meet outside after your work," to which Maria agreed. They entered a nearby cafeteria and started talking. He greeted her nicely. "Your eyes are fascinating. Let me introduce myself. I am Thomas, and I work in finance. How about you?" She said, "I'm Maria. I've been cooking here since my father died 3 years ago. He left me with huge responsibilities looking after my mother and sisters, taking care of their financial needs. I enjoy my job and hope someday to open my own pasta restaurant." He said, "You are really beautiful." Their bonding began to get stronger with each meeting. Later, Thomas told her, "I'm all over you. Everything in you is perfect, and I have fallen deeply in love." She blushed and said, "Well, it's not a one-sided feeling. I love you too." Time went by and Thomas asked for Maria's hand in marriage. Maria was taken aback, saying, "I love you, but marriage isn't easy because I'm my family's only breadwinner. Are you going to look out for my work and help me after marriage?" Thomas, actually selfish and aimless inside, didn't answer right away. After some time, he answered her, "I'll support you completely." She thought she had finally found her ideal companion, her soulmate. A very lovely wedding celebrated their union. The fact that she was an older, expectant mother made things even more complicated. The specialist stated during the medical consultation, "We have complications in the uterus. However, I can prescribe fertility medication, which should increase your conceiving chances safely and efficiently." The prescribed treatment was expensive. James would not pay for it, citing, "I cannot afford such expensive medicine." She protested, "You know how much I want babies, and this treatment is a necessity for conceiving. You have changed completely after marriage. You haven't contributed 1 rupee yet." He lashed back, "I already said I am not going to buy it." She retorted, "Fine, I shall use my savings. But I am surprised. You promised financial help before marriage, and here it is." He kept quiet. Several months later, Sarah discovered her pregnancy. Initially, James shared her excitement. However, their follow-up appointment brought unprecedented news. The physician appeared astonished, declaring, "This is extraordinary. I'm witnessing something unprecedented. It defies medical history. You're carrying 17 sets of twins. It's truly remarkable." Though both were stunned, Sarah felt overjoyed. She inquired, "Are there risks involved?" "Unlikely," the doctor assured. "The fetuses appear healthy." The expert said further, "Take the same medications, rest on your health, avoid fried foods, take injections as regularly as possible, sleep well, take proteins and vegetable diets, drink at least 10 glasses of healthy drinks such as water, milk, and juices, take folic acid, keep off alcohol completely. Next appointment next week. This pregnancy is a miracle. Enjoy it." James, getting home, looked as pale as a ghost. He looked lost and at a crossroad. Maria said to him, I see that you are astonished. So am I. But I think that these calves might be tamed with joint effort. Heaven granted us 17 children and I'll look after them, but I need your cooperation and assistance. He replied, "I have no means for so many children. I am weak against them. Completely knocked out. 17 kids. I cannot accept such a responsibility." She replied, "What do you mean? You would desert me?" He answered, "Consider the reality. I can't support this many children. I must work abroad to earn enough before returning. There's no alternative." Maria was devastated by his response. Her husband deserted her because she carried 17 twins. Thomas fled overseas, leaving his pregnant wife alone. Maria's mental state deteriorated severely. Exhaustion overwhelmed her. Confusion and isolation consumed her thoughts. Despite her family's support, the situation remained overwhelming. One evening, Maria had severe labor pains and ran to the hospital. The time had come to deliver her 17 twins. She screamed as her voice reverberated around the ward. The doctors were confronted by problems never faced before in such a miraculous birth. The babies came out unendingly, one after another. Just incredible. "Incredible!" shouted the doctor. "The greatest multiple birth ever. I will never have another nightmare like this in my life." "I am definitely on extended leave following this," he said jokingly. Maria became an overnight sensation all over the world. She broke every record about multiple births from one pregnancy when she gave birth to 17 babies. She named her sons in a sequence: Michael, Matthew, Marcus, Maxwell, Martin, Miles, Mason, Milo, Morgan, Murray, Marshall, Malcolm, Magnus, Marvin, Mario, Maddox, and surprise of surprises, Zeus. She received highly recognized parenting awards and governmental recognitions. Her wealth increased significantly. In a television interview, the host announced, "Welcome. Today we're joined by the first woman in the world to give birth to 17 twins. This great miracle is considered worthy of a celebration. Welcome, Maria. Please share your story." Maria responded, "I'm delighted to join you today. I'm Maria, formerly a pasta chef. I married someone I deeply loved, but he abandoned me upon learning about these 17 babies, claiming inability to cope. Currently, I'm focused on raising my children instead of working. I'm grateful for these heavenly gifts. After prolonged infertility, patience brought this blessing. I encourage women struggling with delayed conception to maintain hope. Your time will come, bringing the most precious children." Maria employed 6 nannies to help her with the childcare. She took up her long-cherished dream. The government recognition proved to be a lucrative one. She invested this amount opening her own pasta restaurant that she had always dreamt of. She loves her children a lot, taking care of them always. Sleeping amidst her children, according to her, provides a cocoon of warmth, safety, and security. Maria dedicated herself to her children with utmost seriousness. 20 years later, fate had Thomas wandering to a restaurant in search of pasta. He suddenly saw Maria and ran towards her, exclaiming, "Where have you been?" "I've looked all over for you." She said, "I am the owner of this place. I reared 17 children alone, as their father had abandoned them. Your cowardice was reflected in your abandonment. Our boys grew up to be successful men doctors, engineers, and other professionals. I have grown stronger without you. You remember my dream of opening a restaurant? I did it. Your selfishness and weakness defined you. Never come back here. My children mean everything to me. They do not know you because you never bothered about them. Forgiveness is not possible." Thomas felt overwhelming guilt and regret for what he had done in the past. Thanks for watching. Like and share on all your social media. We'll be back with more.